Welcome to Web Manga. I am Ancient Manga, and this is, by the title of the video, is Greatest Villains in Anime, Don Quixote Doflamingo. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's basically got, he's got over 10% of One Piece dedicated to him. So, that's how big this guy is. So, let's get started with this guy's appearance. Don Quixote Doflamingo is about 305 centimeters tall, which translates to my American friends to about 10 feet tall. So, he's a pretty tall guy. And also, he wears a feather boa. Oh, I should let you know his age. He's 41. He looks very good for a 41-year-old. He wears a feather boa, a white shirt, and red pants in his arc. So, he's pretty, pre-time skip, he wears like a shirt with red fire basically red fire marks coming up his belly. So that's good. And it's just, this guy is so unforgivably evil. This guy is such a horrible person that nobody ever can forgive him. And that's why I love him. He's an unforgivable person. Okay, I'm gonna get to all the things he's done throughout the story, and I might be doing this guy a disservice. So, or if you haven't read One Piece, just go watch One Piece and figure this guy out. The first introduction of Doflamingo is at the beginning, I think, of Davy Back, which is basically the shittiest arc in all of One Piece, and it's just, oh my god, this is it. It's just like the previous villain of a previous arc. Doflamingo makes him fight one of his best friends to the death, and then sends him to a sky island to get gold for him, and he's just laughing maniacally the whole time. He's literally making these characters look like a joke. So, let me see. Next time we see him is at the world government's HQ, and also Doflamingo is a warlord, which a warlord means that you no longer have a bounty, which means that the government isn't after you anymore. Fucking right. That's a sweet deal. So, let's see. He makes two Marine officers try to fight each other to the death for his amusement, right in the middle of Marineford, the capital of the Marines. So, he's just getting away with this type of shit. Let's see. Next time we see him is at Marineford, where he's just slicing up people however he likes, with a huge giggling smile on his face. He's just loving slicing people up. He cut off the leg of a giant. No, wait. Where he's just slicing people up, cutting off their heads, making people fight however he likes, making him kill their own friends. That's how it does. And let's see, what's next in this great character's introduction? Alright, then we go to Punk Hazard, where we meet Doflamingo's acquaintance, Caesar Clown, and Caesar Clown has the power of a gas fruit, and he's a mad scientist. How mad, you say? He kidnaps children and makes them addicted to drugs. So he's an amazing character, and Doflamingo is considered worse than this guy. We have an entire arc devoted to this guy, which is the longest arc in all of One Piece, so go read that, or watch it, I don't care. I think I'm doing this guy a disservice for how wicked and unforgivable this guy is. Now it's time to get to some flashbacks about what this guy, and in his own kingdom, this is how he took over the kingdom. He made the king of the kingdom, what's it called again? I'll just say the kingdom. The kingdom of Doflamingo. He made the king pay him a crap load of money just so he wouldn't destroy the kingdom. So, as you think, the king got all the money, gave it to Doflamingo. You know what Doflamingo did? Puppeteered the king and made him attack his own people. Damn. Time to get to some flashbacks, because this guy is unforgivable. This guy's backstory is that he was a member of the World Nobles, which are basically I do whatever the hell I want because my ancestors took over the world. That's what those people are. But his dad was actually not a scum of the earth human being, and actually said, I want to live with the normal people. I do not want to be one of these uptight assholes. So he just decides, leave the Holy Land, goes to like the North Blue, and unfortunately, since the Celestial Dragons are such unredeemable human beings, his family was hunted down, and his wife died from an infection. His sons had to live in poverty and starving, and he tried to get back to the Holy Land so his sons would have a good life. And the world nobles said, since you decided to leave, you can't come back. I love what Luffy does to the world nobles the first time he meets them. I hate those guys. They're scum of the earth. Now let me see. What is Doflamingo after all this going on? Well, he meets a guy named Trouble, who in the current story is his right-hand man. Trouble gives him the string fruit and the gun that he uses to shoot his father in the head. I'm not kidding. Doflamingo grabs a gun, shoots his father in the head, cuts off his father's head in front of his little brother, and then takes it back to the Holy Land to try to get back in there, and they say no. So he just heads back to the North Blue and makes his own criminal empire. So, this guy I see is irredeemable, absolutely irredeemable. And he has done so many crimes, like he's manipulated children, he's just like, oh my god, there's so many, like, he's experimented on children, he's the leader of the black market, he's connected to slavery, to drugs, to basically anything. Especially, my favorite thing that he does, artificial devil fruits, which those things are friggin'... I think I've sworn enough in this video so I'm just gonna be saying friggin' or shy. Because, oh my god, I've sworn a lot in this video, but oh my god, this guy is irredeemably wicked. He's connected to slavery, which I've already mentioned, artificial devil fruits, and he works for the world government, and yet he works also with an Emperor of the Sea. And since the Emperor of the Sea he's working for, Kaido, works on playing cards, I absolutely love the playing card that he's based off. Doflamingo is the Joker card, and his name in the underworld is Joker. That actually rounds up his character to me, related to another character who you probably know, Joker from DC. So they're both the exact same. All Doflamingo wants to know, all Doflamingo wants to do is watch the world burn. And if you've seen like I think it's, what's the second Batman movie? Is it Dark Knight? But no, it's Batman Begins. One of those movies, and it's just like the one with the Joker in it, and it's just like he wants to watch the world burn. And this guy is so dangerous because he's a world noble to the world government that he has. That the secrets inside his head are so dangerous that when he gets sent to Impel Down, the world's best prison, everybody in that level of the prison is moved up to the higher level so nobody can talk to him. So none of the secrets inside his head get out. And in fact, that level of Impel Down, the prison, is where nobody basically escapes from. But the world government are like, no, it's not even good enough that he's just down there. We need to kill him. So they're going to send assassins. And I'd love for like Doflamingo to get out of. Doflamingo is breaking out of that place, no doubt. I just love it if Magellan and Doflamingo work together to try to like those two end up at Laugh Tale and then just wreck the place. Just like go around, like Doflamingo I hope ends up in Laugh Tale and just has a goddamn kick about killing all those people. Supernovas, Emperors of the Sea, Marines, everybody's gonna be at Laugh Tale. This guy is such an unredeemable scum of a human being, but that's what I love. That he is the pinnacle of an unforgivable an unforgivable villain. Like I mentioned, there are 3 types of villains. the unredeemable ones, the heroes of their own story, and the ones with circumstances. He is a copy of a circumstance and an unredeemable villain. It's a good way to do it. But he is so unredeemable. Not even his backstory really makes him feel good. In fact, he killed his younger brother because he worked for the Marines to try to stop him from doing all his evil crap. So, oh my god, his line when he's killing his brother with the same gun he used to kill his father says, "Why do I have to keep on killing my family members?" Like, this guy is unforgivable. This guy, you cannot forgive. He is an unforgivable villain. He is a villain who I'd have to say is unforgivable for the reason because he's unforgivable. He relishes in that. Everybody knows he's unforgivable. In fact, he loves just in fact, you know the psychotic laugh that he always does? He doesn't do that on purpose. Although I do think he enjoys that half the time he actually does laugh, but whenever things go bad for him, he laughs. Laughs just because he can't deal with it. And those sunglasses on his face is burnt on one of his eyes, I believe. It's just like, it's so disfigured on one part of his face. Because he was tied up and burnt. This guy had a horrible backstory, but you want to know one thing about him? He was already an unredeemable person as a child before his dad left the Holy Land. This guy was unforgivable. And now I'm going to get to the abilities and why I think they perfectly encapsulate this guy. He has the power of the string fruit, which allows him to generate strings. This ability is quite good because the strings he generates are razor sharp. They can cut through anything. So these strings are extra hard, and let me just tell you a few things he's done with them. Like he can fly by connecting his strings to the clouds and fly that way. He can create a big string that when he swings it, it's like a metal cable wire, and it's just like catches on fire. He has his puppeteer strings. He has his bird cage, which is just like, he creates a whole bunch of strings and he just condenses the bird cage and destroying everything. He can make a string clone. He can heal himself by stitching his organs back together after being instantly destroyed. Just like that. And he also has the ability to he has an awakened devil fruit. This is one of the few awakened devil fruits. Like, his ability is that he can turn anything around him into razor sharp strings. And he can also increase that with Haki. Haki is, oh my god, Haki. He has all three types of Haki, although I don't think he has Mastery. I think he's just like a Master of None versions of Haki, because he can use armament, he can use observation, he can use conquerors. He's just like good at them, but he doesn't really specialize in them. He probably only specializes in his fruit, and you can see how good he is with his fruit. He's just amazingly strong with his fruit. And that's basically the video. Sorry, well, I tried to just think about this guy, and I wanted to do him a service I possibly could, but I even think that I failed giving him what he deserves. This guy is such a good villain. And he is going to be amazing when he breaks out of Impale Down. So, this is Woven Manga. I am Agent Manga, signing out.